Well, hello. Can you hear me? Can I be heard? I had so much trouble last night with my tech. Oh my goodness. I mean, all through the thing, it kept saying device is not connected, and then I would totally lose a screen. Oh, great. Thanks so much. Yay, you can hear me. Well, welcome in. Thanks so much for being here with me. I am going to be trying to go live every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday and Friday. And so today is kind of continuation of what last night was supposed to be. Last night was kind of as whole or autism, and talked about the fact that sometimes people with autism can come across kind of short and rude and weird and whatnot. And that's usually because especially somebody with high functioning autism, the kind of people that when they tell you they're autistic, you go, "Oh, you don't look autistic." That they've actually been taking on the responsibility of appearing normal by masking. And masking takes a lot of energy. A lot. Imagine having to consciously think through every tiny bit of social interactions. Your tone, your word timing, your body language, the words that you're choosing. It's like running a marathon in your head every single day just to seem normal. So when a person that finally feels safe enough to stop masking, maybe around the people they trust or just because they're exhausted, they may come off as quiet or blunt or even rude. But that's actually them unmasking. That's them being authentic. They're not trying to be an asshole. They're just resting from a constant performance that the world often demands of them. The irony is that when someone on the spectrum does unmask, when they show up as their real unfiltered selves, society can misinterpret that honesty and directness as an attitude, as a problem. We often celebrate being yourself, but for autistic people, being themselves can be judged and punished socially. Hi, Remy. Yep, tiptoeing on words. Hey, Oki. Hi, honey. Ours is just full on stemming and scripting. Yeah. Well, like I said last night, this little brain to the right of me here, this is what the autistic brain feels like all the time. There's 4,532,000 things going through your head all at one time. You might be talking to somebody about the price of watermelon in the supermarket, but somewhere in the back of your brain, there's something going on about the legend of King Arthur, or, solar flares, or who knows? There's 1,000 million other things. That's exactly what your kid's brain is like. Yeah. Oop, wrong. I hit the wrong one. Yeah, your kid's brain is like that. There's so many things going through there. It's like when I have to answer a question, just a question, that's you all day. Yeah. I might have the answer to it, but I just don't think along a linear thought pattern. I think about everything outside of the box and everything on the continent and everything on the planet and everything in the solar system to come down to that one answer. So it's hard to describe what it's like to be autistic and how our brains function. And I've said this before and y'all have heard me, but even neurologists, guys that specialize in the brain, and neuropsychiatrists, the people that are supposed to understand how the neurons work in the brain, that kind of thing, they don't understand what's going on in there. They don't know how those little electrical impulses make things like words and emotions and memories. They don't understand that. Now, when it comes down to, like, if there was a tumor or something growing in there, yeah, tumor's not supposed to be there, take it out. But honestly, when it comes down to psychology and peopling, it's a practice. They can gather information from a number of people. Hi, Cash. What is the point of existence, Grandma? Asking for a friend. You know, I don't know, Cash. I wish I did. I wish I did. Scrolling on the bottom here is just a reminder that I'm not a licensed professional, and all information presented is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional advice. Before undertaking anything presented here, please contact with your mental health care provider. And autism being such a wide spectrum makes it more difficult. We know the basics, like how the neurons work, but the brain is so complex. Exactly. And, Remy, the thing is, because it's a spectrum, and I know this because I interact with other autistic people, and like they might say that somebody on high functioning autism might have problems with social skills, might have problems with small talk. But there are people that are still considered level 1 high functioning that are chatterboxes. They'll talk to anybody and everything, often accused of oversharing. And so when it comes down to how autism presents itself, it's different. It's different in everybody, and that's why it's a spectrum. And it gets kind of tiring, to be honest with you, because even people in the autism communities can't agree on, you know, this is this presents this way, or, this is the reaction of someone with autism, because it's so different. A huge one is lack of communication, which results in behaviors and increased stemming and scripting. Yes, it's true. Cash, what are you on about? Oh, your potential new therapist was a washout today? Still searching. It's hard to find somebody good, but made some progress on hoarding. So watch the space, swings and roundabouts. Okay, sounds good to me. So when I talk to you guys about autism or about some of the psychological things that I study, hi Hoodie, because I study a lot trying to understand people. Because to be honest with you, for the longest time, I've always said that I'm on the wrong planet. There's something wrong because I don't understand these humans, and that's difficult. It's a difficult place to be in. So when I present something to you, it's not the be all end all. It's not the answer to everything. It's something for you to consider. And if it rings a bell, if it resonates with you, then go look it up, do some research, talk to your therapist about it, so that the wonderful and beautiful universe can be seen by your eyes. Only saying for a friend. Hi Neb, how are you? Yeah, I'm did you say mystery? Plus there could be other factors to add to the different spectrums also. Exactly. Mystery. That's why I named this demand avoidance for the neurodiverse, because there's a lot of what's called a comorbidity. In other words, it could be a diagnosis all on its own, like ADD, adult attention deficit disorder, AADD, adult attention deficit disorder, ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. There could be so many other things. Hi, Steph. Be careful, honey. Yes, Cash says to behave. But yeah, so there's so many other things that could be up there in the saddle with the autism. So it's just something that I'm sharing my experience. I'm sharing what I've learned. And then you guys share with me, and I learn more, and hopefully you learn more. And never fails. Whenever I do one of these, I get emails disagreeing with me, and I'm unsubbing and that kind of thing. Your missus does not know your struggles. Nobody does. Nobody does. And the thing with autism, because there's so many things running around in there at the same time, oftentimes we have problems defining what the problem is, what's bothering us, what's causing us to panic, and we definitely have a problem communicating it to somebody else. So sometimes all those squirrel thoughts up in your head end up coming out, and they look like temper tantrums, or they look like arguments, or they look like opposition, and they're not. You got a dumpster and threw out the bedrooms? Oh, yes, yes. Yes, yes. So what I wanted to talk to you tonight is about something called demand avoidance. And depending on how you look at it, it's called pathological PDA, pathological demand avoidance, or persistent demand avoidance. And we've all been there at one time or another. You know that you got to get up and go to work, or you know that you got to clean something, or you have to shower. Something that you have to do. It's a demand on your life. For me, sometimes it's even eating. It's like I don't even have the energy. I don't want to eat. Just want to avoid it. So PDA describes a persistent and extreme avoidance of everyday demands and expectations. And this says it's driven by anxiety and a need for control rather than simple oppositional behavior. Out of sight, out of mind. There again, I don't mind, so it doesn't matter. Mind over matter. Oh, thank you, Cash. I appreciate it. I have a new thank you. You want to see it? Anybody remember Mary Catherine Gallagher? Mary Catherine Gallagher from Saturday Night Live. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Helps me pay StreamYard, so StreamYard can kick me out in the middle of a live stream. Oh, I'd like to hear that, Cash. I'd like to hear your story. But the thing is that it's not just oppositional. It's not like, you little shit just do the thing. That's not where they're coming from. Yes, superstar. I love her. So it's not defiance in a classic sense. For someone with PDA, even ordinary requests like, can you put your shoes on? Or let's start homework can trigger panic-like stress because it threatens their sense of autonomy and safety. And it's often seen in people on the autism spectrum, particularly those who are highly perceptive, socially aware, and sensitive to a loss of control. PDA isn't about a willful refusal. It's more like, I feel trapped by your request, and my brain goes into fight, flight, or freeze. It's often misunderstood as manipulative or lazy, when in reality, it's anxiety. Avoidance can look like procrastination. Yeah, I'll do it later. It can look like distraction. Oh, look, a squirrel. That's me. Humor or charm, to deflect pressure. That's where I get my weird sense of humor. And it could be manifest as meltdowns or shutdowns. Requests for us include making the request 3 times. It's odd, but it works. Hey, Zen11. Hi, honey. So I'm going to show you this little video. And I was kind of telling you guys about this last night, but things went wonky. So when I went to do the fair use on it, it just went blah. Let's see if Nightbot works. But this is from PDA Society in the UK. So let me share the screen. And this is short. It's only a minute. But and let me see if I can get rid of me. I'm afraid to dink around in here because it ends up freaking out. Okay, and I can't do anything, so that's cool. We'll just do it like this.
Are you getting on the bus? I can't wait all day.
Late again.
When did you last shower?
Just calm down for a moment. What's wrong?
Brush your teeth. It only takes 2 minutes. Just do what you're told. Every cell is split in 2. I want to, but...
And that's a point there. I want to, but I can't. Have you ever been so sick in bed, or maybe you were injured, and you literally could not move, unable to? That's what it feels like in the brain. I want to do this, but I literally can't because I'm shutting down. I'm panicked.
It triggers rage, terror, panic.
A heavy weight descends. Can't walk, can't talk, can't think, can't move.
Inside, I'm burning, on fire at my core.
Drowning in a soup.
Remember, I've told you that when I go into meltdown or a panic attack, my brain goes into what I call a dial tone. Remember the old dial tones? Pick up the receiver on the phone and went me, and then you dialed. That's what my brain is like. It's like a flat line. And then I can't focus. I can't talk. That's what this feels like when you get to the place. Hey, Georgia Peach. Hi, honey.
I think I'm a loner, but I would love to join in.
I may be quiet, but I have so much to say.
We're not trying to be difficult. Pathological demand avoid isn't a choice. Your understanding and support is. Find out more at pdasociety.org.uk.
And I've actually got this linked in my video description. I've got the video linked, and I've got the website, pdasociety.uk.org.uk, whatever. Sorry. So if you have any questions, I mean, they actually have an interactive thing. They have some downloadable things, but here's the deal. When you're encountering somebody that's in this kind of meltdown, they're absolutely frozen. There is an overlap with many spectrums. Feck knows where I lie now. But I'm not self-harm give-up stage anymore. Oh, good. Cash, I'm so glad. Yeah, I am glad. Waking up without severe anxiety would be fun. I know, honey. I know. I mean, it's bad enough when you got the stuff going on in the brain all the time. And you're trying to live the life, and you're trying to do the stuff, and you're trying to be normal, and whatnot. And if anything happens to add to that stress, right now for me, it's making a decision. Like, it's kind of funny because tonight was, I'm going to do demand avoidance. I did not want to do this because I've been on the verge of tears all day long. Too many things, too many things. Oh, anyway, so when you're working with somebody or even on yourself, and I'm working on these things, okay? When something happens and you're saying, hey, let's do this, or we need to do that, lower the pressure. Make requests feel like invitations and not demands. Instead of, you need to take a shower now, try, would you like to shower before or after your show? Giving a choice helps us to feel like we're in control. Collaborate, don't command. Phrase things like it's a teamwork or a shared problem solving. How can we make this easier? Or what would help you to get you started? Use indirect language. PDA brains often react to direct imperatives, and this is where the demand avoidance comes in. So gentle phrasing helps. I wonder if the dishes are ready to go instead of do the dishes. Build trust and predictability, because sudden changes feel threatening. Give warnings for transaction and keep routines flexible but consistent. Validate, don't just correct. When we're overwhelmed, focus on empathy first. I get that this feels too much right now. When they're not doing this stuff, I get that this feels too much right now. Validation lowers the anxiety far more effectively than logic or persuasion. Give autonomy wherever possible. Even small choices like what to wear, what are we going to do first? We're going to brush our teeth, we're going to take a shower first. What are we going to do first? Meals? What do you want to eat? And here's the thing. That's too much of an open question. With me, it's so much easier if you said we could have spaghetti, we could have tacos, or we could have meatloaf. Which one sounds best? Because if you give me an open question, I'm going to go out into the universe and think about all the food available, and I'm not going to make a decision. Congratulate and celebrate effort, not the outcome. The fact that they tried to engage with something demanding that seems hard is worth acknowledging. Understand that the avoidance is distress. Reframing it in your mind in this way keeps relationships compassionate rather than combative. So remember, demand avoidance isn't a behavior problem. It's an anxiety regulation issue. Approach them with curiosity instead of control. Acceptance means seeing the person behind the avoidance and supporting their need for safety and autonomy. And kudos to the mommies and daddies and caregivers out there that are working with the neurodiverse, with the people on the spectrum. Because it takes a lot more time. A lot more time. But it's so worth it. And we appreciate it. Every time I have an NDE, it feels similar, like dying. The trouble is coming back to go through it again. It's not so bad when you look from a distance. Live life and love life. Yes. Mm, my oldest son is within the spectrum and has a learning challenge. He cannot follow a sequence of instructions in the order they are given. His thoughts scramble from the message, one instruction at a time, until the task has become second nature to him. Exactly. And that I applaud, because repetition, muscle memory is so important to me. Whenever I started a new job, I always told the trainer or my manager or whomever, you need to train me perfectly because I'm going to imprint on that. I'm going to imprint on the way that you train me. So if there's something lazy, if it's a shortcut or something, I'm going to imprint on that. And that's what you're going to get from now on. And so it is very important. Most of modern society has diverticulitis. It's due to diet. Oh, okay. You're talking to Cash. Sorry. Oops. How we communicate and the language we use will determine the outcome 99% of the time. Exactly. That's right. I just dropped that PDA society. Thank you for this. No, it's not what you wanted to do today, but it was needed. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Hey, Pookie. Hi, honey. Hi. Oh, no, you're not derailing, honey. Don't worry about it. I like it when you guys talk to each other in chat. That's the whole point of having a little community. There's a part of you that's already 10.5 billion years old. Ask any scientist. That's true. Oh, honey, that's okay. That's okay. I'm a good listener. And we love you. We love you. Yes, we do. So, just take the time. Let them, because, no matter where we are on the spectrum, there is an awareness of what we should do. And when they're high functioning, we actually know why. We know the logic behind it. Yeah, I need to shower because, right now I smell like the backyard full of dog poo. Or, I need to go to work because I have bills to pay. We understand that. It's when it just gets to be overwhelming and too much that we start to shut down. You was feeling old enough today as a Yeah, I'm feeling incredibly old right now. I'm having a thing. So something I learned about or I heard about, I've never gone through this, okay, but it's called dialectical behavioral therapy. I tell you all the time, I went through cognitive behavioral therapy. But I heard this explained and I thought this might be something that would apply to demand avoidance. Because it takes the emotional thing on one hand and the I know it has to be done logical thing on the other hand, and it helps you to bring them together by realizing that two opposite things can be true at the same time. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. I love you guys. That's really all I have for you tonight. So go be well, live long and prosper, be kind to each other. Let's do human better.